All right, hello everybody. My name is Theo Horn. This is my personal home garage. I like to call Horn Garage. I am gonna try and dip my toes into this YouTube world a little bit and see if I do okay. If I don't do okay, doesn't really matter. I'm not planning to make a living off of this. I just think it'd be cool to kind of show what I do and how I do it and all of my vehicles and whatnot. I think this first video will probably just be simply going through my garage and showing my cars, my bikes, my truck, my tools, how I function in here, how I set it up, why I set it up the way I did. I think just like a welcome to me in my garage type of video. I think we'll go from there, and in the future I'll probably do build breakdowns on this thing specifically would be a good one. My truck's pretty simple for the most part. The Supra is nothing crazy, but I'm going to do a video on building that car. Well, when I say building, it's just aesthetics to start. That car is so good from factory. But I'll do a video building that car, and then this thing blew up last winter, or last fall I should say. So I've got to rebuild that. I think probably film putting that back together. Just kind of set a camera up and just live my life here. I think we'll start with just like an overview of the garage, what I have, what my vehicles are, and what they're built for, and we'll go from there. It's just, I'm gonna move a little bit slow. So right now I just had surgery on my foot and ankle. Sorry, the chair's probably loud. My foot and ankle. I had a dirt bike accident 3 weeks ago now, as of today actually, Saturday, February 15th. So I'm not gonna move too fast. You're probably gonna hear I have a little like cart to roll around on because I can't walk on it obviously. So I apologize if that is loud. I have no idea if that's gonna be translated into a video or not. But let's start with the garage overview and work our way out from there. All right, so this is my 1990 Mazda Miata. This is my purpose-built drift car. I built this over the past, I'd say, 5 years or so. This is kind of my pride and joy. This is what I put a lot of my time and money and knowledge and everything I do into. Like I said, I'm going to do a full build breakdown on this car because I've done everything. I've done every single thing on this car, and there are so many just like little Easter eggs along the whole thing with I take pride in my attention to detail, so I think I showed that very highly in this car. But like I said, I can't go too in depth because it'll take all day long. But BC coils, shave bay, usually turbo is blown up right now, but built motor, turbo, G25 550, made about 315 wheel before it blew up. Full 8-point cage. Oh gosh, let's see. As you can see, door bars, then tire intrusion bars in there. Full tablet dash, Sexy Nights thrash wheel, Sparko seats, circuit on my side with the halo, bunch of diagonal supports and braces up there. Like I said, full tablet dash, hydro, IRP shifter, fire extinguisher right there and handy. Pretty much I don't say the bare minimum, but like pretty basic inside. I have no HVAC controls, nothing of that sort. Custom wiring harness, like it is pretty much kind of the bare bones. It's a track car, and that's all I use it for. I street drive it very, very rarely to go get fuel or whatever, but for the most part, it is just seen on the track. Obviously, no engine at the moment. Needs a little bit of paint work. It needs some love. Blown out motor, 6-speed trans. Like I said, this is kind of my, I'd say, pride and joy. This is where I put a lot of effort into. So this is probably what will be most highlighted on this channel, but try and spread a little bit of love to all the toys. But this is a kind of my backbone of where I started and who I am. Honorary note, this is all the Miata stuff. So you can see a Pulsar G25 550, CX Racing manifold, custom intake manifold, custom piping, all that kind of stuff. Usually that's on there as well, but again, it's blown up, so it's all here. All right, we'll just work our way around the garage and go from there. So this is my 2016 Chevy Silverado. It's got the 5.3 V8 in it, 4 to 6 inch adjustable cognito lift, Fox coilovers, 2414 American forces. Pretty much literally the only time this thing leaves the garage now is if I'm towing bikes or towing one of my cars, so I hook up to the trailer. Pretty simple for the most part. I mean, pretty basic, nothing crazy. It's like I said, it's just a road trip truck now, honestly. It's maybe not the most practical, but oh, it's kind of a mess, sorry. Probably not the most practical due to the wheels and lift and all that, but you gotta look cool when you're rolling out on the road. So really nothing too special with this. Autumn bronze mahogany metallic. It's a pretty unique color. I wouldn't say it's rare, but you don't see it too often. All right, following the truck, we'll just, like I said, work my way around. This is my 2023 Toyota Supra, 6-speed. I flew out to New York City last April and purchased this car. Drove it all the way back home. Awesome car. I told myself I would never own a BMW, and here I am. I'm planning, the next video actually will be building this car, and I mean, I'm not going crazy with it, lip skirts, spats, etc. You'll see in that video. Figured it'd be kind of a good start to the channel, introduce some people. I'd say I'm most known for the Miata, but kind of trying to dip my toes into the Supra world and see if I can get this on track and start using it as it should be, because this car is awesome. As of right now, nothing crazy. Cusco tow hooks, HKS adjustable coilovers or suspension, whatever you want to call that. Tint 20 on the windshield, 5 everywhere else, and PPF ceramic coated. Pretty basic right now. The engine has a few things done, nothing super exciting. Cusco strut bars, paint matched, and then it's got the FTP charge pipe and intake pipe, custom intake with a K&N filter, a little paint work on the valve cover, Varus caps. Again, this car doesn't have too much work done yet, so it's nothing crazy, but really you don't have to. They're so good from the factory. 6-speed manual, black interior, black everything. Super nice. It's got color matched harness bar back here, color matched seat belts, but overall pretty basic car at the moment. Like I said, I'm planning to build this in the next video, so it'll be a little bit more exciting, but honestly, the only thing I really use this Supra for at the moment is a weekend driver. Like, I drive it, I usually work Saturday, so I drive it Sunday if I'm lucky. It goes months without getting driven. It's been on a charger for like 6 or 7 months now. It doesn't get driven much, but this car's sick. I'm super excited to put. I got a bunch of parts for it. Gonna build this in the next video. Should turn out rad. I plan to track drive it sooner or later. That's kind of the goal with this car. I brought it down to Tail of the Dragon, I don't know, last summer, whenever, it doesn't really matter. And it was phenomenal. I've never driven a car this gripped up that handled this well. Just, it blew my mind. I was planning to sell it because I don't really drive it, and it's a large lump sum of money just sitting in my garage, but man, it is good. So planning to, like I said, try and track drive this year. We'll see if I can do that or not, if my job allows me to give some time off and go do that, but this car is good. It's a great car. All right, so this is my 2012 Kawasaki ZX10R. It is a 1000cc, obviously. It's lowered, extended pretty heavily. I have a tail section from a Gen 5, so that's like a 2016, I want to say. Full tail section conversion. Looks way better, way sleeker of a tail, shorter. I love how it looks. Got a full straight pipe to an M4 slip-on. I'm not sure if you're gonna be able to see that over there. Frame savers, tinted windshield, tinted headlights. Last owner did these like Playboy blue, I think they're called, wheels. It's super interesting, the green and blue, but I do like it. This bike's fine. I don't ride it super often. It's a highway only bike, 1000cc bike. Coming from someone who rides, 1000cc bike is almost unusable unless you're on the highway. If you see people in downtown cities with a liter bike, it's for an ego boost. They are useless around town or anything under 100 miles an hour. So, like I said, I don't ride this bike super often. It's pretty much point A to point B. If I have a long distance to go and it's beautiful out and I don't feel like taking the Supra, I'm taking this because I will make good time on this bike, guaranteed. It's stupid loud, it's low, it's long, but it's cool. That's about all this bike gets used for. It's not ridden much, but I have it just in case I am in a hurry to go somewhere. So pretty basic stuff. A lot of powder coat, levers, GPR stabilizer. Pretty simple. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I won't do a full build breakdown in this video, just overview of what we got. Next up, we've got my 2014 Yamaha FZ9. This bike, honestly, no joke, is the best bike I've ever ridden. I bought it with very low expectations to just be kind of like a daily around town bike. This thing is phenomenal. I've brought this to the canyons of California. I've brought it to down Tail of the Dragon and drag me through there with the leathers over here. Just, this bike is incredible. The torque delivery is nuts. It'll wheelie almost any gear you want it to. Really, I'm blown away by it. I've heard FZ07s kind of give it a run for its money, so I do plan to pick up one of those probably within the next couple months once this thing's all healed up. But this thing, as of right now, my favorite bike, best bike I've ever ridden. And I've ridden probably 30 or 40 different motorcycles between my dad and I buying and selling bikes. Pretty simple, a lot of Vortex stuff, Vortex levers, Vortex sprocket. We've got a shorty tinted windshield, tinted turn signals, Ecker exhaust, Saddleman seat, I believe it is. No, I went back to an OEM seat, so disregard that. Tech spec tank grips, little frame saver action, a lot of powder coat again, or paint to just kind of get everything black. The forks are off an XSR 900. The rear shock is a K-Tech shock because that is one thing from factory, things like a pogo stick. So I do have to upgrade the shock. Tinted headlight again, just kind of give this thing a mean, dark look. I think it looks great, and again, probably the best bike I have ever ridden. All right, this is my 2012 Honda CRF 450R. I bought it as a supermoto conversion already with a lot of the white powder coat done. Went down to southern Indiana, Tennessee area to pick this thing up a few years ago. Put quite a few miles on it, quite a few hours. A couple go-kart track days, and mostly just built it around the Tail of the Dragon. Bought it initially for the Catskills of New York and realized the little 1-gallon gas tank does not get me too far. I can do one run down the tail, one run back, and I put fuel in it. If I do two, I am calling it close when I'm on my way back. So this bike's sick. Honestly, super fun. The only problem is that it is a kickstart only. And as you can see, foot, ankle, and my knee a couple years ago are all rebuilt now, and kickstart does not agree with me super well. So cool bike. Honestly, super fun build, super fun on Tail of the Dragon. A lot of little trinkets, a lot of billet aluminum bolts, and just, I don't even want to talk about the time and money into that, but it is for sale. It'll probably sell either this week or next. I have two people that are supposed to come look at it. So this is probably just a quick overview. This will be replaced by FZ07, maybe a new CRF 450, Stark Varg. We'll see where that goes, but that's that bike. All right, this is my 2021 Honda CRF 250R. This is my dirt bike, and this is what I use in the woods. This is what I use on the motocross tracks. Pretty simple, nothing crazy. Bars, levers, grips, triple clamps, wheels, sprockets, chains, Yoshi exhaust. It's really about it. It's really a pretty simple build for the most part, but it's what I enjoy. I've been riding dirt bikes since I was about 2, a little bit under 2 actually is when Dad got me started. He was always a 2-stroke Yamaha guy, so of course I turn out to be a 4-stroke Honda guy. You always got to be the opposite of your parents. I don't understand how it works, but that's how it works. Really nothing too crazy with that. I tend to get hurt a lot riding it, so I should probably lay off dirt bikes a little bit, but the adrenaline, the love for them, it will never fade away. No matter how many injuries I get, I end up back on them. These are e-start only. That makes life a little bit easier. So that's kind of, I think my plan is to build a new 450, same plastics, graphics, all that kind of stuff, just so it's e-start. Make my life a little bit easier because Supermoto is cool, but that's my dirt bike. And next up, we have my 2021 Honda CRF 110. I had a couple buddies that would just ride around their neighborhoods and all the new development neighborhoods with all the black dirt and stuff. And they said, you should buy one. I said, sure, why not? And of course, I went to the nines with it. I can never leave anything stock. So like first ride, got to do suspension. This is a kid's motorcycle. I'm a big dude. I'm about 210 right now, 215. So bottoming out the suspension hurt the wrists, hurt the knees, hurt the ankles. So first step, suspension. Went through and did wheels, hubs, a little bit of powder coat here and there, seats, graphics. I made it match that bike almost perfectly. I'm working on it. This thing's sick, honestly. I went to a full manual conversion as well. I have the Avail clutch kit. So I ride this like I do that thing. I slip the clutch through corners. It is sick. I did the intake, throttle body, all the stuff to make it a little bit faster, except I did not do a big bore. I have not opened the motor yet. So this is what I ride come wintertime at the indoor track. They have pit bike nights over in Mendota at Megatracks, and that's actually where this happened, on this thing. So my front end's a little bit tweaked right now. My exhaust is a little bit crushed, and my ankle and foot are a little bit crushed, but a lot of fun actually. I ride this around the neighborhood a little bit. I bring it to the drift track sometimes. Good bike, honestly, just a lot of fun. Teach people to ride motorcycles on this thing. If they drop it, it is what it is. Pit bikes are sick. Tell your friends to get pit bikes, because like me, I am the only one that has a pit bike out of all my friends, and it's not as fun. If you can get a group of like 5-10 people, like Buttery Films or them, that's sick. So that's that bike. Good bike, fun, pit bike. That is all 5 motorcycles at the moment. Like I said, I plan to add a couple more motorcycles this year. We'll see how many I end up going with. Like I said, the 450 is probably getting sold this weekend or next. So an FZ9 is for sure next on the list. The Stark Vargs appeal to me a lot. I'd really like to try an electric dirt bike and see how it goes. I plan to add a Grom. I always hated on Groms, but I have a couple buddies local that have them, and I think it'd be good for going to and from work, teaching people how to ride on it. And they're honestly super affordable, so how can I not, right? Plus, I have one more spot. I've got one more spot right here for one more bike. So if I get an FZ9 to replace that, or a new Supermoto, new CRF, I got a Honda Grom spot right here. And if the FZ9 outweighs the 09, then that'll replace that. So long story short, should be perfect. As you can tell, I'm very specific about how I like things organized. And I think 6 bikes would fit really, really nice right here. I'd just like to leave a little room to get to these, but should still be good. So I think that's that plan this winter. Right now, like I said, obviously I've mentioned it 15 times in this video. I can't walk, I can't do anything at the moment. So buying a dirt bike and loading it into a pickup truck is not feasible right now. But hopefully the guy that comes buys that, gives me a little bit of cash in my pocket, and start researching, start doing some marketplace low balls, and see what I can find. But that's all the motorcycles. Now let's do a quick overview of the shop, and then that's it for this one. All right, so this corner is a little bit of a mess. I plan to rebuild like a wood shelf so I can actually make this spaced exactly how I want. But overall, right now, it works. So you've got our engine crane over there. I'm probably gonna end up putting that in my shed, but as of right now, I need that for the Miata. Bunch of car parts, bike parts, mop stuff. Gotta keep the shop clean if I can. Ignore over here. And then all my drift stuff. And so truck wheels, extra drift wheels, Civic winter tires. Pretty simple for the garage setup in this corner. But like I said, I plan to make more room for tires, less room for these. Just have those on the left. Bunch of tires. I just bought wheels for this thing, so now I need to fit 4 more wheels on here. So that's this corner. Got your normal shop stuff. As you can see, black, white, gray, red. That's my theme. So of course I had to go get all red stuff. That's a mop, broom, squeegee, whatever. Everything you need. Pit bike section. Those are shoes. I wear these as boots, but after this injury, I probably will not be wearing Vans anymore because they did not agree with the guy landing on me. But extra dirt bike helmet, dirt bike gear, and then we come over here, we've got my leathers for when I go down to tail the dragon or plan to do track days or whatever like that. Helmet, boots, gloves. Again, simple. Helmet, boots, gloves, jackets, everything you need organized. Barge is where I used to work. Pressure washer, MIG welder, air compressor. And you come into here, like I said, I'm not gonna go super crazy, but mostly detailing stuff, cleaning products, and then this is the Miata and Supra specific fluids. Kind of disorganized in there, but it's all right. Little thinking section. I call this like my, that's a super cover, I apologize. Kind of my clean work area. Like the workbench is where I do a lot of work, but here, just the stainless steel is nice to clean up oils and things like that. Drawers and whatnot up here. So I'm not going to go through everything. And over here, you got your simple cleaning stuff, paints, or cleaning stuff, I'm sorry. I use brake clean to clean usually. Brake clean, grease, WD, coolant, oils, all that kind of stuff, sandpaper, everything you need. And then come over here, got my Milwaukee toolbox. I want to say it's 58 inches maybe, something like that. All the tools you can imagine. Again, I'm very picky with how I'm organized, so try to keep things nice. It's not perfect, but it works. And over here, I have a lathe I bought from a buddy while I was down in Florida. I really don't use it at all, but I have it in case I do. Next up is a simple press. Got a press brake in here as well. I like to do a little bit of metal fabrication, mostly on the Miata, but a little bit of everything. And then built this cabinet set up with my dad, bought some counters, made it work. Turned out super well, pegboard as well. Like I said, excuse the mess. That's the head studs and Miata parts everywhere. Usually I'm a little bit more organized, but for the motor part, that's what happens. So that is that. Also, put an island in your garage. I didn't think I would, I mean, I knew I would use it, but I use this thing so much as like, sometimes it's a catch-all when you're working, stuff ends up here, but you can beat the heck out of this countertop, and it's simply laminate. I think it was like $100 and something, $200. So if I ruin this, it's just $100 or $200 to replace it. It is awesome. I use it so much. So if you're building a garage, put an island in it. It is super handy. And then back in this corner, this goes right into my house. Garbage can, I keep rags in there. Fire extinguisher, everyone should have one. Creeper, the windows for the Miata because of the full cage. Can't fit a window in there. Ramps, jacks, signage, fire blanket, drifting helmet, and then some Miata parts. But super happy. This is probably my favorite corner of the whole garage just because like the vibe of it is sick. Like it is such a cool, oh, it looks good. So that is the garage. All right, and lastly we have my 2012 Honda Civic, base model, daily, boring. Drive this to and from a quarry every single day. I work in an underground mine, so it doesn't have to be anything special, just point A to point B. This car's great on gas, everything's good. That's it, that's all this thing really needs. And lastly, this is my 2024 R&R 718 CHA. Simply stands for 7 feet wide, 18 feet long, and car hauler aluminum. It's full aluminum build. I mean, as you can see, the frame's aluminum, the platform's aluminum. I went with the aluminum wheels as well. Nice little touch. And then I got a removable driver's side fender to help getting in and out a little bit easier. And then the ramps pull to the front, which I liked to block the car from any rock chips or anything off my truck. I ended up opting for a tongue box on there to hold the straps, 2x4s, 2x6s, whatever I really need. And this is how I tow around the Supra and the Miata and really anything I kind of buy or sell or whatever. So that's the last thing in my fleet. And that is my home garage, personal garage that I like to call a horn garage. Like I said, I don't really know if it's gonna work. I don't know if this video is even gonna do well or reach anybody, but I figured I'd give it a shot. If you like it, I appreciate it. If there's something you would do different, I'm planning to get like a microphone because with my line of work, I am rough on the packing of it. So if you cannot hear me great, I apologize. But please tell me what you would change, what you wouldn't change. If you would like me to speak differently, if you'd like me to go more in depth, like I said, I'm going to do a build breakdown on this car for sure. That is something I really plan to do. It's just, it's blown up right now, so there's really no point to. But that's the plan, probably this spring or summer or fall, whatever ends up happening. Yeah, that's really all I got. So appreciate you watching. Drop a like, comment. If you could subscribe, that'd be great. I don't really know how this is going to do, but we'll see. Give it a shot and try. Thanks for watching.